A few years ago, it began with a platter just like this. While visiting my ancestral home, I rescued a few wooden containers from the dumpster at my grandmother's place. And in trying to find ways to restore these, began a journey which I am living to date. Wooden objects like these used to be a common part of most North Indian homes. How well I remember. In summer, when it is time to pickle mangoes, spices and oils would be mixed in large wooden vats. The chopped mangoes would then sit in these, marinating until it was time to store them away in pickle jars. In winter, platters like these would be used to knead flour. Many a bajra roti that we so relished used to be hand patted in these. Clearly for me, these come suffused and soaking in the smells of childhood. So when a friend of mine asked me to do something about this platter she had been using for some time, I could not resist. And it is just perfect that this particular piece comes with no visible signs of damage or disrepair. So we can dive straight into having some fun with it. The motif I am using reminds me as much of home as the platter does. Growing up in Benares, I had always been in awe of the simple, quiet majesty of the cow. A few years back, when I needed a mascot of sorts, a logo or a symbol that resonated me and the work I proposed to do, I gravitated instantly to the wall murals spotted in Udaipur. I had spent an afternoon photographing and copying awkward doodles of cows in my tiny travel diary. The clean, clear lines of the beast, as portrayed on Rajasthani walls, struck me as wonderfully traditional yet kitschy. Nothing evokes the heat, dust, and clamour of a narrow Indian street better than the cow. Of the many sari shops in Benares, there was one I remember very well, where a cow would walk in routinely every morning and would make itself at home in a corner for the rest of the day. Clearly, there is no place that this beast will not appropriate as its own. The unconcerned, stoic, everyday features of the Indian street tableau, busy ruminating over their existence, walking straight into things. Traffic, congested streets, nothing deters the cows. To me, the symbol represents useful attitudes towards being, that of slowness, drifting, simplicity, serendipity, fortitude, and calm. Here, of course, I have taken inspiration from pichwai, an art form that pays tribute to the story of Lord Krishna. Many a pichwai has immortalized the motif of the cow in delicate renderings of the beast enraptured by Krishna's flute. What we have seen so far was a time lapse of 3 days of painting, thin layers of pigment, one on top of the other. As a finishing touch, I will now apply a layer of gold and copper leaf for that pigmented, reflective, rich glimmer of metal.